As time goes by, age brings not only wrinkles and gray hair, but also profound lessons about life. Old age, in some ways, is like a new chapter, a stage for reflection, letting go, and embracing the simplicity of life. Everyone hopes that upon reaching the age of 70, they can enjoy a peaceful, carefree life, free from stress and worries. However, reality often deviates from our expectations. Life is more complex than we imagine. Habits and outdated mindsets we cling to can turn old age into a burden instead of a time for joy and relaxation. Take Mr. Henry, for example, a 70-year-old man who has lived a life full of achievements. In his younger years, he was a talented engineer, highly regarded in his field. For him, everything revolved around his career and family. He once dreamed that when he grew old, his children would take care of him, allowing him to enjoy warm, peaceful days, feeling loved and valued. But life didn't turn out the way he had envisioned. Henry's only son, Jack, became caught up in the whirlwind of modern life. Working from dawn until dusk, paying off mortgages, car loans, and covering expenses for his own children, Jack barely had time to visit or talk to his father. Henry, initially hopeful, gradually became disappointed and resentful. On the rare occasions they met, their conversations were dominated by Henry's complaints. He couldn't understand why Jack, whom he had devoted his life to raising, couldn't spare even a little time for him. He felt abandoned, lonely in the home he had once envisioned as his sanctuary for old age. But then, a fateful encounter on a rainy day changed everything. That day, Henry visited a local wellness club, where he met Sarah, an elderly woman bursting with energy. Sarah was petite, with a gentle smile and a warm, soothing voice. While chatting, Sarah shared simple yet profound life philosophies. Old age is not the time to demand, but to enjoy. When we let go of unrealistic expectations, we find peace. Sarah's words struck a chord deep within Henry's heart. He began to reflect on his life, questioning whether the disappointments and anger he carried were truly worth it. Gradually, he realized that old age is not a time to wait or depend on others, but a time to seek joy and tranquility for oneself. Henry's story resonated deeply with many others at the club, prompting them to reflect on their own lives. And from his journey, we learn that turning 70 is not just a number, but a significant milestone in life. It's a time to release unnecessary burdens, focus on oneself, and fully enjoy every moment. So, what are the things that elderly people should stop doing to make their lives lighter and more meaningful? Let's explore together. 1. Stop blaming your children for being unfilial. In the past, Henry believed that children should be a dependable support system for their parents in old age. He thought that since he had fulfilled his duty as a father, his son Jack would reciprocate. However, Henry eventually realized that modern society places far more pressure on people than what he had experienced. Jack was burdened with paying off his mortgage, car loans, and his children's education expenses while juggling an intense workload. The few times Henry and Jack met, Henry often blamed Jack for being unfilial, accusing him of not making time for his father. But instead of bridging the gap, Henry's complaints only made Jack feel more burdened and exhausted. Henry began to change his mindset after a conversation with Sarah at the wellness club. Sarah advised, "Children aren't just responsible for their parents. They have their own lives to manage. Instead of demanding, create opportunities for them to care for you willingly." Henry learned to live independently, immersing himself in hobbies like gardening and writing. He discovered that self-reliance not only freed him from feelings of abandonment, but also improved his relationship with his son. Number 2. Stop getting angry over small things. Once, Henry got upset because the soup he was served was a bit bland. He scolded his housekeeper and even snapped at Jack for missing dinner with him. Later, Henry felt fatigued and noticed his blood pressure had spiked. Remembering his doctor's advice, anger destroys health faster than any illness, he resolved to change. Henry began practicing emotional control, refusing to let minor inconveniences dictate his mood. Whenever something displeased him, he would ask himself, "Is this worth getting angry over?" Gradually, Henry found life more enjoyable. He also learned to see things through a lens of compassion, understanding that everyone makes mistakes and no one is perfect. 3. Stop chasing longevity. At 65, Henry was obsessed with prolonging his life. He spent a fortune on expensive supplements and followed strict diets. However, one day during a conversation with Sarah, she said, "The meaning of life isn't in its length, but in how you live each day." Her words made Henry reflect. He realized that his obsession with longevity had caused him to overlook the beauty of the present moment. Henry started eating a balanced diet, exercising moderately and focusing on what truly mattered, living each day joyfully. Free from the pressure to live longer, Henry felt lighter and more at ease. 4. Stop searching for a new partner. After his wife passed away, Henry felt lonely and considered remarrying. But as he thought it through, he realized that at his age, getting to know and adjusting to a new person would be challenging. Additionally, a new relationship could bring complications, such as resistance from family, disputes over assets, and unnecessary conflicts. Instead of pursuing another marriage, Henry joined community activities and built meaningful connections with friends of the same age. He realized that loneliness wasn't as frightening as losing his freedom and independence. Now, Henry enjoys each day with simple pleasures and no worries about navigating a new relationship. 5. Keep your retirement savings. Henry once gave in to pressure from relatives to spend his savings on extravagant gifts for his grandchildren. Initially, he thought it was the right thing to do because of his unconditional love for them. But when he fell ill and struggled to pay his medical bills, Henry realized the importance of financial security. He understood that retirement savings weren't just about money, they were a safeguard for his dignity and independence. From that point on, Henry decided to hold on to his savings. While he continued to support his grandchildren when needed, he established boundaries. He learned to say no when necessary and felt relieved knowing he had financial stability for his later years. 6. Stop putting too much importance on relatives. When he was younger, Henry believed that family ties were unbreakable and that relatives would always support one another. However, after facing a major financial setback, he realized this wasn't always true. Some people who were once close to him distanced themselves when he needed help. Henry learned that in today's world, everyone is preoccupied with their own lives. Henry chose to maintain a healthy distance from his relatives. He stopped trying to please everyone and instead focused on relationships that brought him joy and peace. This shift not only reduced his stress, but also made his interactions more meaningful. 7. Let go of ambitions. In his younger years, Henry was highly ambitious, working tirelessly to climb the career ladder and achieve social status. But at 70, he realized that fame and success were fleeting. What truly mattered now was inner peace. Henry started taking Tai Chi classes, gardening, and enjoying mornings chatting with friends at the park. He no longer worried about what others thought of him, focusing instead on activities that brought him genuine happiness. His life became simpler yet infinitely more fulfilling. 8. Stop dwelling on the past. Henry used to torment himself with regrets about missed opportunities, such as declining a career promotion due to a misunderstanding. He would spend hours reflecting on his mistakes and feeling trapped by his past decisions. But after hearing Sarah's advice, Henry realized that the past couldn't be changed and that holding on to regret only caused more pain. Henry decided to focus on the present. He spent time playing with his grandchildren, attending painting classes, and exploring new hobbies. He discovered that living in the moment brought him joy and purpose. The painful memories of the past became a small part of his now meaningful and enriched life. Henry's story is not just a personal journey, but a valuable lesson for all of us. Turning 70 is not merely about reaching a number. It's a significant milestone to reflect, let go, and embrace the tranquility that comes with age. What we choose to stop doing often opens the door to a lighter, more joyful life. If you or a loved one are entering this phase of life, remember that happiness is within your reach. Let go of unnecessary burdens, live fully in the present, and cherish the things that truly matter. Turning 70 is a significant milestone in life, not just a number, but a reminder that it's time to let go of what no longer serves us and embrace the things that truly matter. This is the stage where we no longer need to chase after fame or wealth, nor be burdened by unrealistic expectations. Instead, turning 70 offers us the opportunity to focus on personal happiness and to fully savor the meaningful moments we may have overlooked during our busier years. Henry's story teaches us that old age is not a time for blame or regret, but a time to cherish the present. Rather than demanding or relying on children, we can find joy in the simplest of things. A peaceful morning with a cup of tea, an afternoon chatting with friends at the park, or exploring new hobbies we never thought of before. The key is learning to accept that everyone, including ourselves, has limitations, and that doesn't diminish the value of life. We are also reminded that everyone's journey is unique, and no one can live life on behalf of someone else. Yet the beauty lies in our ability to share and learn from one another's stories, enriching our own lives in the process. Henry's experiences are not just the tale of one man, but a lesson for all of us about how to find peace within ourselves, regardless of age. If you or your loved ones are entering this phase of life, remember that happiness is not a distant goal. It is within your reach, shaped by how you face life every day. Don't let the weight of the past or unnecessary expectations drag you down. Be gentle with yourself, let go of what no longer matters, and focus on the values that truly count. We would love to hear your story. Please leave a comment below and share your thoughts. What lessons have you learned from your own journey? Or do you have advice for those stepping into this phase of life? Together, we can learn from and encourage each other to live a more fulfilling life. Finally, don't forget to hit subscribe on Life Stories 365. We bring you heartfelt and inspiring stories that help you discover the true meaning of life. Each video is a journey full of value, accompanying you on your path to happiness and inner peace. Let's build a loving community where these stories are not just lessons, but also motivation to live better every single day. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, where life's lessons continue to unfold.